4, 3, 2, and 1. Welcome back to the Better Body Academy podcast. This is the podcast that you come to when you are sick of the dumb diets and unsustainable workout programs. Now, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the future you mindset, how to make decisions like the person that you want to become, not the person that you are now. Most people, here's the thing, guys, they make decisions based on how they feel in the moment. And that's exactly why they stay stuck. You're like the person that's constantly spinning your wheels, and it sucks. It sucks when you're putting in all the effort and feeling like you're staying in the one spot. The key to making long-term success, whether it be in weight loss, whether it be in fitness, whether it be in getting stronger, whether it be in your relationship, whether it be in finances, whether it be anything in your life, is to start thinking and acting like a future version of yourself, the version that is already fit, the version that's already strong, that's already in control, that's already wealthy. And that's bloody hard to do. This version of yourself says, they don't say, I'll start Monday all the time, or I'm just going to wait until I'm feeling motivated again. This mindset that we're going to be talking about in this episode will help you make decisions easier. It'll help you move through battling yourself over foods and workouts and staying on track, because the truth, the success of this mindset is that it isn't about willpower. It's about decision making and making decisions from a different place to the one that you are in today. Does this make sense? It's about deciding from a mindset of the person that you want to become, not the person that you are now. So if you're the sort of person that's constantly self-sabotaging, breaking promises to yourself, I'm going to tell you, or at least give you my insight onto what's worked for me. And if you're in Better Body Academy, I'm going to share with you something at the end. So what is this future you mindset? What do exactly we mean by that? Every decision that you make today impacts your tomorrow. And the problem is that most people, they make choices from the comfort of where they are right now. And I get it, because our brain is hardwired for instant gratification right now, instead of worrying about progress later. Anyone that's tried to go into a fitness journey knows exactly what we're talking about. It's hard because you've got to sacrifice what you want to do for what might be beneficial in the future. But that sacrifice that you keep not making is the thing that keeps you stuck, right? So let's do a little mental exercise. Imagine yourself as two versions of you, right? Number one is the current version of you. In the current version of you, right now, so many of you have just finished work, right? If you listen to this, you just finished work, or it's early in the morning for you. So you're probably feeling tired. You're probably feeling like, you know what? I haven't done my steps today. You're probably feeling like, fuck, I don't feel like cooking. I would much rather just get some takeaway. And that's completely natural, because that's what your brain's hardwired to do. You want a quick dopamine fix, so you grab the snack. That's normal. And then you say to yourself, I'll start Monday. That's what the current version of all of us wants to do. The future version of all of us, what we want to do is we want to have more energy, right? We want to be more confident. We want a leaner body. We want to lose fat. We want to be stronger, whatever it is for you individually. We want to stay consistent when life gets busy. We want to look back and know and thank ourselves for making the hard choices today. The difference between these two versions of you, the future you and the current you, is the decisions that you make today. And so this key mindset shift that we've got to embrace is every decision that I make on a daily basis is a vote for the person that I want to become. You're either, and check this out, you're either reinforcing the current version of yourself over and over and over again by the decisions you make, or one decision at a time, you are casting a vote for the person that you want to become, the person that achieves their goals, the person that feels okay taking their shirt off, the person that's starting to work on the business, this person that's starting to have a better relationship. That's all determined by the decisions that you are making today. And once you understand this, it becomes so much easier to make decisions because you don't have to be perfect. So many people, the reason that they never get started is because they want all the ducks, they want to be successful before they've even actually done anything. Right now, if you're feeling a little bit stuck, it's not about being perfect. You just need to make more decisions that are aligned with the person that you want to become. So how do you start thinking like the future you, the version of yourself that you want to be in the future? Let's put this into practice. Let's get a little bit practical. I've got 4, I think they're simple but powerful shifts that will help you shift into a future you mindset and start making better decisions immediately. So number 1 is the future you filter, okay? It's a 5-second decision-making hack. Every time you're about to make a choice, so many of you right now are about to make a choice about dinner, about maybe you go to the gym, about finishing your 10,000 steps, about finances, whatever it is. Every time you're about to make a choice, pause and ask yourself, what would the future me do in this moment? What would the version of me do that is already fit, that's already strong, that's already confident? What would they choose right now? So many of you literally are about to make dinner. It's between 6 and 8 p.m. in Australia, where most people are listening to this from. You're exhausted. You're craving food that's easy. You don't feel like cooking. The current you is going to say things to yourself like, I deserve this. One bad meal won't hurt. And you're right. In and of itself, one bad meal won't hurt. In fact, a week of bad meals won't hurt. But what happens is if you continue making that, it's negative momentum. We continue justifying and rationalizing. If through the power of a 5-second pause, you can ask yourself, what would the future me do? I planned my meals. I want to wake up feeling good tomorrow. I want to stay on track. I want to be able to see some progress on the scales over the next couple of weeks. If you pause for 5 seconds and just let your mind go, what would the future me want of this? It helps override impulsive decisions. We know this because how many times have we said, I'm never drinking again. I'm not drinking this weekend. And then the weekend comes, we're fucking pissed again and we didn't mean to do it. And then when the booze happens, we lose our willpower and we start throwing in all the different food. It's like, I didn't even mean to do that. So it's a 5-second decision-making process. Just pause and ask, what would the future me start to do? Okay, next up, number 2, call this identity-based habits. If you've ever read Atomic Habits by James Clear, he talks about that in this book. And this is a great book. Stop trying and start being. Most people say, if you ask them, they say, are you on a health kick? And they say, yeah, I'm trying to lose weight, or I'm trying to be consistent. I'm trying to track my nutrition. I'm trying to not make excuses. I'm trying. When I interpret that as I'm the same person. I'm the same person that's trying to do something that's very hard. The real shift happens when you stop trying and you start being. James Clear in the book talks about how your identity, who you are, is what's driving your habits, your actions, right? So instead of saying, I'm trying to eat better, what could we say? Let us know in the comments. What could we actually say? Instead of I'm trying to eat better, you say to yourself, you know what? I'm the kind of person who eats healthfully because I'm a healthy person. Instead of saying, I'm trying to exercise, I'm just like really trying so hard to exercise every day. Instead, you say, well, I'm a healthy person, so I move all the time. That's just what I do. It's not about what you do. It's about who you are. And if you're operating from this perspective of this is who I am and this is what I do, a lot of you guys might look at me and think this guy's a fucking idiot. And that's okay. I don't really care for the judgment. It doesn't worry me either way. Because for me, I'm a healthy person. I'm a coach, and my identity is to give as much as I can possibly give to the people that want it. I've got Kai in the comments saying, I am eating better. You're doing it. You're not trying to do it. I'm a person that eats well. I'm a person that looks after myself. I'm a healthy person. The reason that so many of us stay stuck is we look at the mirror every morning and we say to ourselves, I'm a fucking horrible person. I don't deserve anything. I'm a fat, ugly piece of shit. And then we wonder why we do fat, ugly piece of shit things. Because we're operating from whatever our identity is. Does this make sense? If you become the story and you keep looping this story over and over and over again, you just do what you say. For me, it's actually so much harder to not go to the gym. It's so much harder to eat garbage because my identity is I'm a healthy person. And a healthy person just does what they know, right? Does this make sense? So the second one is identity-based habits. Stop trying and start being. Number 3, this is a visualization exercise. I want you to just close your eyes for a moment and picture just like physically picture a healthy, strong version of yourself. And so many of you won't even do that because you'll say to yourself, that's not me. I'm not going to fake it. Well, guess what? If you're not willing to fake it, if you're not willing to do the work that it takes to visualize a better person of yourself, how can you create something when you haven't even thought about it in the first place? When you think about the most magnificent structures in the world, the Sydney Harbour Bridge, wherever you are from, they had to be first created in someone's mind and then on paper before they even become real. So if you're going to create the life that you want, the body that you want, and you can't even envisage it in your mind, how the hell do you think you're going to create this? So you get a picture of your mind about what you'd like to look like and feel like, and you ask yourself, how does this person eat? How does this person train? How does this person handle stress? How does this person parent? It doesn't mean that you never mess it up. Of course you mess it up. I mess this shit up all the time. But I ask myself, the type of person that I want to become, are they someone that self-sabotages? Are they someone that stays in the dumps for 3 weeks or 3 years? No, that's just not me, and I pull myself out of it. So the big question for you is, if you've got a picture of the person that you want to be, the healthy, strong version of yourself, what's actually stopping you from at least acting like that today? Your ego? Is it that? Is it your ego? I don't want to fake that I'm healthy. Why? You got to fake it till you make it. Because what you're currently doing is telling yourself that you're a fat piece of shit and wondering why you're staying that identity. Because you keep reinforcing the story over and over and over again. The 4th hack is what I call the 3-month reverse time travel. 3-month reverse time travel. Imagine it's 3 months from now and you stayed consistent. Where would you be? I think a lot of people, when you say to them, where would you like to be in 12 months? That's just too far off, right? And I get that. But where you are right now, so it is what I've got no idea what the date is, middle of March, right? So let's pretend it's the middle of June. Where would you like to be 3 months from now? If you stayed consistent, where would you like to be? 5 to 10 kilos lighter? Is that feasible in 3 months? Absolutely, it's feasible. Would it be that actually for you, it'd just be, I'd like to be the type of person that is eating with some structure. Maybe I'm doing a little bit of meal prep, or maybe I'm able to track my calories. Or would you like to be the type of person that's in the gym? Is that the one change that you'd like to make? If you can just ask yourself, break it down into something smaller, and then act like that habit is already part of your routine now. Not, I hope to do this. I am healthy. I am a gym person. I'm the type of person that goes for a run. I'm the type of person that eats healthfully. And start doing it now. Why are we waiting? These small habits start to compound very, very quickly. Now, off the back of this podcast, let's say that you took one of these mindsets and made it work. You're going to be met with some immediate resistance. You might, for example, say, okay, I am a gym person. I'm the type of person that goes to the gym confidently and I'm strong. You might repeat that. And then tomorrow, your kid is sick from school and you can't go to the gym. You're going to be met with some immediate resistance. Or maybe you're listening to this podcast and you're right, yeah, fuck, like I was just about to go and order KFC. I'm going to now start to eat healthfully. But then you realize you got nothing in the fridge and it's 7 o'clock at night. What happens when the current you starts making excuses? Excuses like, I don't feel like it. Hey, you know what? There's these people on the internet that say you should only do things that you feel like, things that you're aligned with. I don't know about you, but what I feel like most of the time is sitting down and eating a pizza. I don't really think this whole alignment bullshit is right. Waiting on motivation, no way. What I'm trying to do is make myself do the things that I don't feel like doing, not the other way around. So it's about how do I set up a routine to make this just a little bit easier? And an example might be, okay, I can't eat healthy tonight. That's fine. How can I set myself up for the rest of the week to be healthy? If you open your fridge tonight and there is nothing in it, well, guess what? It's going to be the same thing tomorrow if you don't do it. So make it easy on yourself. Do a food shop tomorrow. Set yourself up for some level of success. You might use the excuse, oh, I've tried before doing this and I just keep failing. Okay, good. Failure is bringing you, this continuous failure is bringing you closer to a breakthrough point. What are you learning? We have clients that have been in our program for 2 years before they started to see success. But one thing they didn't do is they didn't give up. So many people fucking quit. And they quit because it gets hard. Which brings me to the third excuse. Staying overweight and tired and unmotivated is so hard. It is so hard. Think of the fact that you've gone through 10 or 20 years of feeling crappy. And then because you haven't solved it, you're going to pass that to your kids? That sounds hard to me. So both things are hard. Changing is hard. Staying the same is hard. So what are we going to do? Here's a challenge that you could take off the back of this podcast episode. You could write a letter to yourself about the future you. Most people won't because it's too much effort. And the current them says that that's too much effort. I'm not the type of person that's going to do this. So they keep doing the same thing. They keep getting the same result. But one or two people, hopefully some people in our academy, they will listen to this and they'll say, fuck, I've been doing it the same way that hasn't worked for the last 20 years. I might try something different. I did this exact thing. in 2020. Before I had my son, before I was engaged to my beautiful wife, before we even had a women's program. I did this exact thing. I wrote down, firstly, I congratulated myself on the early success that I'd had. But then what I did is I wrote out what I wanted as if it had already happened over the next 12 months. I literally wrote it out. And then what I did is I filmed a video of myself, and you might think that this is fucking ridiculous, and that's cool. Again, current you says that's ridiculous, that's dumb, I would never do that, and that's fine. That's why you won't change. But the people here that will go, you know what, fuck, like that, I'm going to do that. I'm going to write a letter to my future self. Maybe 3 months down the line, maybe 12 months down the line, you pick whatever feels good for you. And start off by saying, hey, name, you fucking did it. Congratulations. You said that you would do it and you did it. You followed through. You lost 10 kilograms. It's 12 months on and you've gone from being the type of person that hangs out on the sofa to the type of person that hangs out on the gym for 3 days a week. Your mobility's improved and you're now the parent that becomes the role model who says that they lead by example instead of just speaking to their kids and telling them you should do this and you should do that. You congratulate yourself and you say in words what that looks like. This process is called visualization, colloquially. What I personally did is I wrote it down and then I turned it into a video. The video I watched back once a day. And again, you feel like an idiot watching a video of yourself saying all these things that you're not currently. But the act of constructing it in your mind does incredible wonders, because before it can manifest, all these people that are talking about fucking manifestation, what absolute bullshit. The work here is in asking yourself, like, what do I actually want? You don't just sit in front of a mirror and think about things. You construct it in your mind, put it down to writing, and then rehearse being that over and over and over and over again. And that means faking it until you make it. Now, if you're in Better Body Academy, I'm going to share the letter. I'm just going to post it on the wall. And if you want to have a read of it, you can. And a lot of the things that you're seeing in our academy now, with over 500 clients across men and women, they didn't exist. I manifested my son. I manifested my wife. I manifested the girl of my dreams. I manifested a dream life for my sister, who's sitting opposite me now, listening to me going, this guy's fucking crazy, but she's got 300,000 followers on Instagram because she followed her fucking passion. This is what can happen in a very short period of time if you're willing to do the work. Guys, this has been the Better Body Academy podcast. I hope it's been a little bit of food for thought. If you've got any questions or comments, feel free to stick around and we can answer these after the podcast. I appreciate you guys for listening. I'll see you in the next episode. Yeah, I hope there's some value in this, guys. If you want to ask any questions, feel free to pop them into the comments. Carls, I can't see. Have you got the screens up? Whoop, we got it here. Hey, Ash. How are you, Nevi? Hey, Renee. Hey, Marie. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Marja. Narelle's here. Like, all the girls are here. So good. Hey, Cesar. Hey, Anna. Hey, Rapenka. How are you guys? Kai said, loved it, Jace. Thank you. And I'm more than happy, and hopefully there was a bit in it. Hey, Joshy. Hey, Jace. How are you, brother? Tez is here. Dee's here. Jace is here. Becca's here. Michael's here. Jamie's here. And Jamie says, I needed to hear this today. Yeah, exactly. Tone says, I thrive on routine and I fall when my routine goes away. Yeah. And so in your case, Tones, just don't self-sabotage off the back of the fact that you actually just had a holiday, man. You went and enjoyed your life. Dude, nothing wrong with that at all. We get back on track. We press reset. Hey, Levi, how are you, legend? Lovely to have you guys in here. Okay, team, hopefully it's helpful. If you listen to the podcast and you would like, Josh says, you've literally just made me cry. Well, this is amazing, Josh, because you've got an opportunity now to do something about it. You're the type of person that just right through this academy, you have followed the words and you've put them into action. This is your next incarnation, Josh. Ask yourself, what would you like to create next? All these people talking about manifestation, but don't really give you the actual nuts and bolts of it, which is, you know, you've got to create the plan. You can't just manifest something out of nothing. It's not magic. It's visualization, and then let's see where this takes us. Hey, Jackie, how are you, babe? I hope you're good. I hope you're recovering. All right, team, I'm going to love you and leave you there. If you're in Better Body Academy in Better Body Academy, I'm going to pop this onto the wall, and you can have a read through if you're interested. Other than that, guys, peace out. I'll see you in the next. Love you, Instagram.